Friends, Deepavali is one of the most popular festivals of Hinduism. It symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. We believe Maa Lakshmi is of wealth, fortune, power, beauty, fertility, and prosperity. It's all feminine energy we should have. So watch this episode of Diwali where you will learn lot of things, how to live our life, how to lead our life, how to retain Lakshmi's grace, her blessings in our life. And friends, I welcome you in the new episode of Diwali. I'm Kavita, and today we have Dr. Hemalatha Krishnan, a very special guest who is a faculty teaching Jyotish Shastra at JKR Astro Research Foundation. A retired banker by profession, she pursued research in astrology and was conferred doctorate by Yoga Samskritam University. In recognition of her services to the society, she has been conferred upon several honorary titles like Jyotish Chudamani, Devagna Ratnakar, Jyotish Kalanidhi and Jyotish Acharya, etc. So without much delay, I would like to welcome Dr. Hemalatha.
Thank you very much, Kavita, for the nice introduction. Very kind of you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm so glad to have you here. So let's dive into Diwali's message. So Diwali is not about crackers or noises, right? It's all about our own energy, feminine energy and everything. So here I want to know a brief introduction about your journey with Maa Lakshmi.
Very nice, very pertinent question, Kavita. So, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. My humble pranams to Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji and the esteemed viewers of PMC. It's a great honor to be here, during this auspicious festive season of Deepavali. At the outset, before I begin, my sincere and admirable appreciations for the yeoman service rendered by PMC, who envision a holistic living and truthful society for mankind through positive media. So I'm feeling very honored to be here, and let's talk about some special features of the festive season coming up, the Diwali. We all know that the word Diwali has come from the Sanskrit word which is Deepa. Deepa is lamp, and this Avali means a row or a string of lights. So we all know that this is a string of lights, and that is why it is called the Festival of Lights. It is celebrated during the holy month of Kartika, that is in between October and November, and it is normally on the 20th day after the Vijayadashami. Right. So what happens is that after the harvest, there is a bounty harvest after the monsoons. This is the time when Diwali is celebrated, and we all know this is one of the very beautiful and joyous times with love and rejoicing, celebrating the abundance and fulfillment which can be enjoyed by everyone everywhere. Then let us start with the mythological significance. There are many events, many events associated with this festival. Mm-hmm. Like this is observed by the Hindus, the Jains, the Sikhs, the Buddhists, everyone. So here the one mythological event which we can immediately relate is the commemoration of Rama and Lakshmana. They returned back after defeating Ravana, and they brought Sita after 14 years of exile, and with the help of the divine Hanuman. Here Hanuman personifications. He personifies the energy of discipline, selfless devotion, and he was a perfect karma yogi. So, and when they came back for the coronation, the entire Ayodhya was in a joyful celebration, and the entire kingdom was illuminated. Then apart from that, we have the goddess Durga destroying the Mahisha. Then we have we all know that the appearance of goddess Maa Lakshmi and goddess Dhanvantri in the Samudra Manthan, very popular Samudra Manthan. And then we also have this Narakasura Vadha by Krishna and Satyabhama. And then we know that this Vamana avatar, out of the Dasha avatar, it is said that Vamana avatar was also on Deepavali. And then we have the Pandavas. In Mahabharata they say the Pancha Pandavas also returned home after their exile. And then they were also celebrated with lot of illumination and diyas. Then it is also told that the mighty famous king Vikramaditya, he was also coronated on Deepavali. And the Jains, see, Jains also celebrate, they say that their Lord Mahavira attained Nirvana on that day. And the Sikhs celebrate, they say that the foundation for the golden temple at Amritsar was laid on Deepavali. And they also say that the Sant Hargobind was freed from the Muslim rulers. So like this, lot of mythological events are there. And then we also know that Deepavali is celebrated over a period of 5 days. So this year, as we know, it's beginning on the 22nd October. That is the first day of Dhanteras. The 22nd, it is the day of fortune. It is a day of fortune, and the Muhurat time is 7:24 p.m. Muhurat is for puja. Now the first day of Deepavali is called Dhanteras. What is this Dhanteras? Dhan means dhana.
Wealth.
Dhana means wealth, and Teras is said because it is celebrated on the 13th lunar day of the Krishna Paksha. Now let me come back to the point Dhana. Now Dhana, what is this kind of wealth? Is it currency? Is it money? No, it is a lot beyond that. So here it is said that in the Sri Suktam it is said that it is this Dhana. Dhana, when you say, Dhana includes many more things than here. See, what is happening is that here the biggest Dhana, the Dhana means the everything that a person needs to be comfortable in life. All those things are included under Dhana. Okay, so here now we say that Dhanteras is one name, and then another name is Dhanvantri Trayodasi, because this shows this we know during Samudra Manthan, Dhanvantri appeared with a bowl in his hand, and we know Dhanvantri is believed to have come out of the ocean, the science of Ayurveda, and his appearance was to remove suffering in mankind. That is the whole lot. Now today's the biggest dhana is health. Today the biggest dhana is health, isn't it? Then what happened is that on that day, what we are worshipping, goddess Maa Lakshmi and Kubera, who also appeared in the Samudra Banthana. Okay, and what is generally done is that the Dhanteras, and then what we do is that we begin with the cleaning of the house. And then the lighting of the lamps begin that day, and we have a puja of Lakshmi Devi, Kubera, who is the god. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, Kubera is the goddess of luck, and then there is also this Yamadipa, they say, which is done on Dhanteras. So Dhanteras, what they do is that, what is this Yamadipa? Significance is that there was a king who was they said they had predicted that he will die on the 4th day of his marriage. So his very intelligent wife thought of a plan, and then on the predicted day she took out all the gold ornaments, all the very sparkling diamonds, all the sparkling ornaments, and she kept it at the entrance of the door, and along with that she lit a diya. And she also saw that her husband was not sleeping that day. She kept him engaged with telling him, mythological stories and all. And it is said that Lord Yama came in the form of a serpent. And when he came in the form of serpent, his eyes got blinded with all this glittering gold and diyas, and he could not enter that room where this boy was there.
Okay.
And he had to return. So this is one thing, that is why this Yamadipa, that day, it is a very special prayer to Yama, so to ward off untimely death. Because this could be possible on that day by doing that. So Yama blessed them, that whoever does this puja on that day. This is another very significant thing. And then we also know that Dhanteras people buy gold, silver and all. Okay, buying gold and silver are all very auspicious. When we do Lakshmi Puja, we like to buy. But primarily what you have to buy on that day will be some kitchen utensil. Kitchen utensil and vessels. they have to be purchased on that day. And some people buy broom also because it's a symbol of Maa Lakshmi.
Right.
And then it is also very advisable to tie a garland of these Ashoka leaves. Mango leaves we all know.
Yes.
But in addition to that, this Ashoka leaves is also having some additional medicinal properties, spiritual properties. And the name itself Ashoka, that is one which removes Shoka.
Oh.
So the utility of Ashoka leaves and all these, in a clean house, when you do puja, you light the lamp. So that is the first day of Dhanteras, as we said. And this is what they say, when you do this, gold and silver are also bought because people think, that these protect you. They protect you from, after this significance of this mythological story, they feel they protect you from bad omens and negativity. That is one thing, that is why. Now coming to the second day, that is called the Naraka Chaturdashi. This is the also called the Choti Diwali or the Kali Chaudas. This is going to be on the 23rd October. Now this is the day of knowledge. Now here, this was the day when Narakasura was killed by Krishna and Satyabhama. So here I would like to mention, apart from this story, Satyabhama was a very fiery woman who could kill Narakasura. Now what is that message we are getting when we say the Krishna and Satyabhama together they killed Narakasura? No doubt it was victory over evil, but there is something else to be seen which can be implemented in our day-to-day life today. What is that? It says, now behind the simple story of victory, there is a subtle subtext. What that is illuminating the importance of cooperation and collaboration, of a perfect partnership in a relationship.
Wow, so beautiful.
So here what happened is that Krishna was aware that Narakasura, as per the boon by Brahma, he cannot be killed by anybody except Bhudevi. And he knew his wife was an avatar of Bhudevi. So he decides to help Satyabhama as her charioteer in the battle, and together they vanquished this Narakasura. So here this day celebrates an equality in marriage. See, we say mythology, but there are so much to learn from their every of their action. There is a message. Right. So here we say there is an equality in marriage when a man and a woman come together. Those days it was a fight, it was a battle. This is a war. These days it is living. So here it is support, which is the celebrated between the couple and not the subservience.
Very true. Yeah.
So here this day commemorates the love and the trust which a couple should have in each other, and the promise to assist each other. That is a significant point which I wanted to...
It's a very beautiful point you have mentioned, because even nowadays, we can see a lot of differences and there are divorces, but that equality not in the form of men or women, but that energy, that support, that love, that should be there. So that you have mentioned so beautifully through mythological story, and that is not just a story, that is really we should admire and we should adopt in our lifestyle.
Very true, ma'am. See, these are the things hidden between the lines we have to see and implement. As you rightly said, this tolerance level is coming down these days and people just want to call it quits.
Yeah.
But here, this is the acknowledgement of our partners as equals. That is very important. This I wanted to share with you. And then on Naraka Chaturdashi, what they do is that we get up early in the morning, we have a bath with herbal oils. Basically, herbal oils consist of all sesame oils, peppercorns. See, there is a message here. When you have this herbal oil, it implies new beginnings. By when you have when you have oil bath, it also says that it removes all the egos, the conflicts, the jealousy, the vanity. Premedicated oil, what happens is that during the cold season, it also ensures the heat and the warmth. So whatever our ancestors, their ancients were doing, it was not without reason. And this oil bath removes all the toxins, the dead cells, and it stimulates the nerves and the blood circulation and relieves stress, more important. So this all they used to do on this Naraka Chaturdashi. And apart from that, this Naraka Chaturdashi again is also a day when you pray Yama. Because Yama is the lord of the Pitras, that day it is a Pitra puja is also done. On Naraka Chaturdashi, the ancients, the traditional people, they make the children, everybody bow towards the south side, then wash their legs, and afterward they are asked to burst crackers. See, nothing is without any reason. Only thing is that we may not be knowing these days.
All are scientific.
Absolutely.
Definitely all are scientific.
So this is the day when you actually do this Pitru Puja. It's very essential. And Hanuman Puja is also done on Naraka Chaturdashi. Okay. Now coming to the third day, which is the most important day, the festival of lights, the Deepavali, the day of light, which we say. And this is the day when we worship Mother Lakshmi along with Lord Ganesha. And prayers are offered because she is the goddess of wealth, opulence, fortune, prosperity, and every household is lit up with light lamps, and then fireworks are displayed. This is called the dark day. We will discuss a little about it, how this dark day comes when we talk about the lamps. So this is the day of the light, and in the business community they call it is supposed to be a beginning of the new year. They call it as a new year, and they call it Chopda Puja. They call it Chopda Puja, inaugurating the new books of accounts. And this stock market also, they have a special event on Deepavali, where it's very auspicious where people do trading on that day. Then coming to the fourth day, which is the Govardhan Puja or the Bali Pratipad. It is called Gudi Padwa. And this is celebrated because Govardhan Puja is celebrated in honor of Lord Krishna when he lifted the Govardhan Parvat to protect the citizens of Vraja against the wrath of Indra when he produced the incessant rains. We all know about it. So here there is also another aspect. This is also worshipped as Vishwakarma Day.
Right, yeah.
Vishwakarma Day, when people worship instruments, arms and machineries. And this is also called Annakut. Along with New Year, Annakut. Why? Because as an offering to Lord Krishna on the festival of Govardhan Puja, food is piled up in Hindu temples.
Okay.
Food is piled. That's why it is called the Annakut. And this year on 25th, that is on Govardhan Puja, there is a solar eclipse also. So this solar eclipse is going to be there in the evening from almost 4:30 to 6. Solar eclipse, we all know, when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth. So normally during eclipse time, it is always advisable to pray, to do some chanting. Because normally when you chant, and the time when you chant during the eclipse, multifold benefit is there. Any charity, any prayer, any chanting, any japa done during the eclipse always has got a very special significance. So this year on 25th there is a solar eclipse also. I wanted to inform our viewers. And then the fifth day of Deepavali, that is the Bhai Dooj or the Bhai Beej. Now here what happened is that this is again Yama met his sister after a prolonged period of separation. And she was so glad, and she had great pomp and honor, and touched by her warmth and hospitality, Yama blessed her and said that any brother who will greet his sister on this day will have a long life. That is the blessing he can give. The Yama can give bless. So it is always brothers visit their married sisters and exchange gifts, and it is believed that this blesses them with a long life. So this is the day of siblings.
Right.
So this is the day.
These are the beautifully you have mentioned everything. So it's not just the festival of sweets or new clothes or all these things. So there are far beyond what we just celebrate. And the information you have given is really it will benefit our new generation, new people, and because so many people, they really doesn't know that the real meaning behind all these things. So
carry on.
Coming to my next question, as I mentioned about chanting, right? Here, what is the benefit of chanting? Because we meditate where we put our energy, and we believe we create our own reality. So how it happens when we don't have any thoughts, or when we become thoughtless, we automatically come to zero state, where we can create what we feel, what we deserve, what we like to, or what we wish to become. So what are the similarities between meditation and the chanting? Could you please elaborate?
So here, let me just continuation to what we were talking about Deepavali.
Yes,
I thought I'll just mention the importance of this. We were talking about the festival of lights and the diyas.
Right, yeah.
So here now Deepavali is a symbolic festival. What kind of symbolic festival? With the illumination of light everywhere,
Yes.
isn't it? Now the light is a metaphor for knowledge and consciousness. Now here, so Deepavali is basically celebrated on the new moon night, where there is pitch darkness on Amavasya.
Yes.
And what does darkness is depicted as? Ignorance, evil, isn't it? And hopelessness, darkness of ignorance and a state of sloth and unawareness makes one directionless. Now here, the Diwali's essence lies in the sloka, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, which means lead me from darkness to light.
Right.
So here what we say here is that light is considered a symbol of auspiciousness, sanctity, spirituality, prosperity, knowledge, abundance of wealth, health, isn't it? Now light enlightens your soul and guides you and kills the darkness and ignorance. So that means Diwali is resplendent at the dawn of knowledge through the inner light, that is the enlightenment of the soul. Let us look a little more. Lighting an external lamp, which is what we do, the diyas, is a reflection of the lighting the eternal light within you.
So beautiful.
So here what happens, this celebrating the festival of light of the soul. Here, now what happens, when we light the lamp outside, we are manifesting our own inner fire. When we manifest our own fire, we are invoking the presence of the source and the masters. We are Atma, the Mahatma, Paramatma. So when we connect with the Paramatma, it is the connect with the source. He is going to guide us. So he empowers us with the energies of, we align with the source and we get empowered with his energies. So here what happens is that, and connecting with the source, what are the benefits? Connecting with the source is bliss, joy, happiness and all positive feelings. Encourages us to have a discipline. Now as you mentioned, these are all a outcome of your meditation, which we shall just see. This is what happens when you do meditation in the prescribed manner, like what you are all teaching. This is what, when you connect to the source. Now, when the process of allowing the higher powers to take over, they take over all our negative thoughts, the worries, and what happens is that we carry less baggage with us. The less the baggage, the happier we are.
Yes.
Isn't it? So here, by lighting the lamp, we are steeping into something called timelessness. So what is timelessness? When you step into timelessness, we experience the meditation that has the nature of harmony, tranquility and peace. As you rightly said, the zero state. So how this lighting of the lamp can carry us towards the happiness of the soul and meditation. Okay. So here we are able to think with a positive meditative mind, and what happens is here, this can help us take the right decisions, optimal decisions. When we are stress free, free from anxiety, we take optimal decisions in all spheres of our life. And we are able to align ourselves to evolve and to grow further. Now here, this lighting of the lamp also allows us to cleanse and purify the mind. Isn't it? So here now, if you say, light the lamp of happiness, prosperity and knowledge to dispel sorrow, poverty and diseases. Now the lamp itself, if you see, lighting of the lamp, what does it mean? It means total surrender to the divine. How? The wick with which we light the lamp,
right,
that symbolizes the ego.
Okay.
That symbolizes the ego. And the oil and the ghee with which you light the lamp, that shows all negative tendencies, lower emotions like greed, jealousy and all. So here when you light the lamp with self knowledge and awareness, what happens? The oil, the negative tendencies melts. All your negative tendencies melts away and the ego, the wink, perishes. So these are all told by our ancients. Now similarly, the spiritual importance of lighting the lamp. What we say is, see, when we light the lamp with ghee, which is very auspicious for Maa Lakshmi. So goddess Maa Lakshmi is very pleased and she is going to bless you with all the bountiful.
Right.
Then the brightness of the flame itself is attributed to goddess Saraswati. Because she is going to give you education and knowledge, light.
Yeah.
And the heat of the flame itself signifies goddess Durga, who burns away and destroys all evil. So this way there are multifaceted explanations which can be given, and it is for us to understand. It is for us to understand and totally be aware of what is happening. So during the festival of Deepavali, we know it is customary to decorate our home with lights. Why? A home filled with light is a home where fear, anger and pain are dispelled, replaced by a home where love, peace and beauty will be honored to enter. So spreading light in this way is a representative of the lamp of your heart, radiating pure light to the world. So as Patriji says, we become better human beings with peace, harmony and joy. So after you light the lamp, after you light the diyas, what are we going to do? We are going to meditate. What? To find the inner light.
Right.
The external light we have talked about. Now we said the inner light is very essential. That the process is a meditation. Now here this chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita verse 8 says, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha moksha. That means what? The mind is the cause for bondage and liberation too. Now here meditation is, what is that? Meditation is a technique for calming down. Calming down what? The non-stop activity of the mind.
Right. Yeah.
And experience inner peace. Isn't it? So to free from constantly nagging thoughts and worries, what happens is that this meditation is very important. When you look within, and you are also talking about the zero state and the calm thing. Now the benefits of meditation, we all know. Constantly I have been following all your programs, and I also do meditation as per your prescribed by you all. I have been doing it and I am a recipient of tremendous benefits out of it. So here what we see is, this is the practical experience, mind always stays in a peaceful and joyous state.
Right.
And what happens is that we can maintain a high energy and alertness throughout. Then improved communication and interpersonal relationship.
Very true.
Enhanced mental clarity, emotional balance and memory power, ekagrata, which comes. Okay. Then productivity with greater efficiency. Then stress-free life can alleviate fear, anxiety and diseases today. Because you see today so many new diseases are coming up, and mostly they are zeroed down to stress. So once we adopt this practice of meditation, this can go a long way to have a healthy life where we can look for our own progress. And here this ultimately leads to joy, tranquility and fulfillment, because healing happens naturally. Healing happens naturally, and as Patriji says rightly, this meditation gives this intellect, enlightenment and finally enjoyment.
Right, yeah.
So here there is a you are talking about this benefits of chanting. So chanting is done basically to develop some kind of concentration.
Right.
And multifold benefits apart from the spiritual benefits. When you chant, there is an increase in your positive aura. There is increase in your positive aura, and the results are multifold, especially when you have a disciplined life, when you get up in the Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is around 4:30 in the morning, 3:30, 4:30 at that time. And then at that time when you chant, there is a definite increase in your positive energy in the individual. Now, I also wanted to discuss that there are some takeaway points or some lessons which we can actually learn from Deepavali. In the sense, their festivities, no doubt. Mm-hmm. But here what happens, as you rightly mentioned in the beginning, Deepavali marks the triumph of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, good over deeds. So here, the point here is that not to lose hope. Mm-hmm. When you face challenges, we are not going to lose hope.
Right.
So we are talking about some messages to the youth, the seniors and the veterans. They know all this. They have lived doing all those things. But somewhere there is a gap where the messages are not being passed on. So that is how you people are, taking the torch forward to arrange these kind of things. And then we have this negativity has to be replaced with positivity, because negativity limits our potential,
right,
and in achieving anything better. So what happens is that you have to cultivate positive thinking to be happier, healthier, and achieve more, isn't it? Because we are in a continuous journey in the quest for truth and knowledge. Then we come on to sharing and caring. Mm-hmm. This is a very important aspect we all need to implement, which adds lot of joy and positivity. And it's a reminder for us to develop the habit of helping people and the underprivileged. So here what happens is that sharing not only benefits the receiver, the person who shares, he also gets gratitude and joy. So when you share, when you are grateful rather than grumble over what you don't have. So morning when you get up and chant and all, look at the positive things you have. Then you share. Let us not have any place for grumbling and negative things. That is one thing. Okay. Now what happens is that then this also shows new beginnings. This festive promises new day, new beginnings. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to do something different, because we know change is constant.
Very true.
Change is the only constant, because life is ephemeral. So you have to concentrate on growth over stagnation. Now then, to clean up our act, we said driving away the old spirits, to renew our relationships, to cultivate a new vision and positive attitude. Now here what happens is that we know life is duality. That means the good and the bad, the wanted and the unwanted, all coexist. So here what happens is that you must practice acceptance more than judgment.
Very true. Yeah.
So what happened is that when you become judgmental, you become less understanding and curious, which impairs our ability to learn and grow. So let us all introduce the habit of acceptance. And then we also have unity in diversity. Now this festival binds people, isn't it? It's a synthesis of spirituality, religion, culture and social values. Because people matter. Man is a social animal, isn't it? People matter. And this is the time to resolve all conflicts. Also, everybody has shortcomings. There's no point in creating a hill out of anything. And so forget, forgive. And this is the time for truth and forgiveness. Remove all differences. And when you come to know that everything is eventually going to end, this point when you come to know the knowledge that one day everything is going to end, we are all mortals, then what happens? This inspires us to do more good. We will be able to wipe more tears, lend more helping hands, give more, leave behind the good rather than the bad memories, and for people to remember. Then we also have the removal of the clutter. Removal of the clutter. What all physical clutter, mental clutter. This is the time. Because what happens is that you cannot make space for light, knowledge and goodness in the world if you have clutter. So here clearing your mind from negative thoughts, moving away from a toxic relationship. These points, the cleaning up our home is one side, our habits, and we will further see how when we tend to declutter, how Mahalakshmi's blessings will be on us. So here, and then we also see, we know that this is the time to, homes and offices are thoroughly cleaned. We know that this is the time. And what are the cleanings to be done is that here this is the time to, as I said, hold grudges, anger, judgments, and make room for compassion, forgiveness, and love.
So beautiful, so beautiful. You have mentioned everything, each and every point you have covered so well. So as you mentioned about all importance of Lakshmi Puja and how to transform ourselves. So could you please throw some light on how to invoke Lakshmi Kataksham and what is that?
Very good question, Kavita. Thank you. So here any discussion on Deepavali is generally incomplete without the mention of the grace of Mahalakshmi over there. Right. So now the word Lakshmi itself is derived from a Sanskrit word called Laksha, which means to perceive, to observe, to know, aim and objective. And Lakshyate iti Lakshmihi. It says, she who leads to one's goal, to be clear and focused on our target. That is Goddess Mahalakshmi. Okay, now what we say is that Goddess Mahalakshmi is the epitome of grace, benevolence, the goddess of wealth, fortune, power, fertility, prosperity, both material and spiritual. She is the embodiment of beauty, grace and charm, and personifies riches, happiness, splendor, purity, generosity and auspiciousness. So she holds the promise of happiness, material fulfillment and contentment. So that is why she is the goddess who gives strength to the gods.
She also gives, she
strength
gives
to the gods.
Wow.
That is the beauty there. And she is considered as the Prakriti, the primordial energy, which manifests as all other Devatas. Okay. And she is depicted as with a jar full of gold coins showering out of her hand, which represents again abundance, growth, purity and sanctity. Abundance means ample quantity, plentifulness, affluence. So she is the one who has lotus-like eyes, who has a lotus in her hand, a complexion of moonlit and decorated with fragrant garland, and her grace is very powerful. There are 8 forms of Lakshmi. She has 8 manifestations. They preside over our 8 primary sources of wealth. So the Adi Lakshmi, the first manifestation of Lakshmi, who is seated at the feet of Narayana. At the feet of Narayana, she is the Shakti, bringing happiness to mankind. Then we have Dhanya Lakshmi, granary wealth. Granary wealth symbolizes the inner harvest. What is the inner harvest? Patience and persistence, which can lead us to abundance and inner joy. Then Veera Lakshmi, the wealth of infinite courage, strength and enthusiasm to emerge victorious. The Gaja Lakshmi, she is symbolized with 2 elephants spraying water. That shows the wealth of fertility, the rains and food. Then the Santana Lakshmi, wealth of continuity. The progeny, desirable children with good health and long life is a treasure. And then the Vidya Lakshmi, the wealth of knowledge and wisdom, can bestow qualities like simplicity, equanimity, humility, integrity, generosity, purity, serenity. All these comes out of valuable education.
Very true.
Valued education. Then the Vijaya Lakshmi gives us the wealth of victory and success in all undertakings and different facets of life. Dhana Lakshmi, the wealth of prosperity and fortune in all forms of wealth. Now, all these aspects, that means everything a man needs for a comfortable living.
Very true.
Everything a man needs. Now here wealth is not only money, but it comes in many forms, like the nature, the love, the peace, good health and long life, prosperity, virtues, family and good children, food greens, tree abundant with fruits, land and property, vehicles, water, education, character. Of course, cash, gold, gems, valuables, these are all already wealth. And then the courage, the strength, these are also wealth. The determination, the beauty, intelligence, skills, the kirti, even bhakti is a wealth. Even bhakti and devotion, the knowledge and the discerning ability, what is good, what is wrong, the discerning ability, the tolerance, higher thinking, bliss, morality, ethics, all these are coming under the category of wealth.
Very true, yeah.
So, Dhanam Agni, Dhanam Vayu, they say in Sri Stuti, it says, Dhanam is not only currency. Dhanam is the actual wealth. So, here there is a stotra of Lakshmi, Lakshmi Kshira Samudra Raja Tanaya, Sriranga Dhameswari, Dasi Bhuta Samasta Deva Vanitam, Lokaika Deepam Kuram, Shriman Manda Kataksha Labda Vibhava, Brahmendra Gangadharam, Twam Trilokya Kutumbinim Sarasijam, Vande Mukunda Priyam. See here, this we are asking her to lavish her blessings of prosperity on all aspects of your life. We have seen all the aspects. There is nothing which is not under her purview. So she is asked to give us the wealth conscious, the wealth to preserve and sustain life. And then she is asked to also give us the spiritual success that leads to enlightenment. Okay, now you were asking about a very valid question called the Lakshmi Kataksham. Now we all know when somebody is very prosperous, somebody is very happy, somebody is very successful, we say he is having abundant Lakshmi Kataksham.
Right.
What is this? See, Kataksham is a combination of two words, Kata and Aksha. So the meaning of the words says this, the Kata means arrow and Aksha is the glance. Eye and the glance. So here what is special is when I look at you direct, that is a direct glance. But when the goddess, when she looks with the side glance, a small side glance is the most powerful. That is the Kataksham. The side glance, see here, all that is good, the auspicious, the Mangalam, everything comes from her side glance. That is the Kataksham. A small little side glance is sufficient. So here the Adi Shankaracharya has defined the Kataksha very beautifully. In his verse, in Kanakadhara Stotram, he says, Yat Kataksha Samupasana Vidihi, Sevakasya Sakalartha Sampadaha, Santanoti Vachananga Manasercham, Twa Murari Hridayeshwari Bhaje. So he says that glance which endows a devotee with all the wealth required to satisfy all the objectives of his life. That is Mahalakshmi Kataksham. That is Mahalakshmi Kataksham. So here a point has to be mentioned is that this Lakshmi Kataksham actually begins when the jiva or the soul enters the body.
Okay.
See, that is why somebody is born in a very, very rich, affluent family and somebody is born in a very poor family. Why? It is as per our own karma. Isn't it? As per, we are going to reap what we are going to sow. So what it is said is, Chaturmukha Brahma, the Srishtikarta, who is born from the Nabhi of Sriman Narayana, what he says is, he looks at Mother Sri Mahalakshmi, okay, to approve the extent of Kataksham, he has to bestow on the Jiva. This is the result of the karma. So at that point itself, Mahalakshmi has to approve what kind of blessings on account of this karma this native has to enjoy. So that is why it says karma tasmai namaha. That is why karma, we have to be watchful of our karma. Manasa vacha karmana. Every karma comes back to us and it is always better It is always better, even today, okay, I may be born with a certain set of karma, but it is always possible to hereafter watch our karma.
Yes.
Watch our karma, set it right through various processes like meditation. And when you do meditation, what happens is that automatically the thought process gets channelized to do good karma.
Very true.
So what happened, this Kataksham decides at birth itself how this native has to, he is going to fare in this Janma. Then now there is something called, okay, Kataksham. Now Lakshmi is described as a very restless and whimsical chanchala. She keeps moving.
Right. So how to retain her at our heart, at our home and with us? So is it really possible to retain, and which kind of karma one should do to have her always?
So it was a good thing you have asked, ma'am, about this. So we said Lakshmi is restless. What happened when the gods became greedy, proud and arrogant? She left them. And then she was rediscovered during the Samudra Manthan after they found that they had nothing with them. So why did she leave them? So she is known to leave the places where arrogance, pride, ego, dirty, unclean, laziness, wastage of food and resources, intoxication with pride and impurity, kubuddhi, disrespect to women. So she tells Mahavishnu that I will not remain in those places. So what happens is that she immediately quits and goes. That is why we have seen across many people, they say, we were very fine, we were very affluent for some time, and then we became very poor, poverty stricken we became. So somewhere something has gone wrong. So now for your question, how to retain? So she herself says, see, you give me a place and I shall be too happy. Where is she going to be happy? So here, how to have this Lakshmi Kataksham continually is this. Now there are some golden rules of wisdom. So what happens? It helps us have the Sthira Lakshmi Kataksham. And not only that, it makes life will be simpler and happier, and not only to us, to others as well. So here let us just see, she says, Shuchi. Shuchi is Parivartana, our Parivartana. And he says Shubhrata. Shuchi and Shubhrata. Shubhrata is nothing but cleanliness and the purity of body, mind and environment. So here, apart from the external purity and regular disciplined prayers, he says you have to become a better human being, like no lies, no stealing and no cheating, no abusive behavior, no negative thoughts and conflicts. So these are the things. She says where dharma is there, dharma comes first. So she says dharma, what is dharma? To become hardworking in a righteous manner. So one of the biggest form of dharmas is being compassionate about life, humans, emotions. And when you see somebody suffering, you immediately go out to help. And so one should be always alert. See, even recently I read at Delhi there is a road Rajpath, which leads to the Houses of Parliament. Okay, that has been renamed as Kartavya Path. Kartavya Path, which shows that reinforcing the importance of doing duty as per dharma, which is the most important aspect to get Lakshmi Kataksham for the entire country. We are not talking about just one person. My house, my nation, the entire nation.
Right.
So when dharma is there is Lakshmi Kataksham in the country. And then you say, always speak the truth as per dharma. That is your vision and motto of your channel, isn't it?
True, very true.
So be true to yourself and others. And then, as we said, charity, generosity, share with others, compulsorily. The wealth, you know what they say, wealth and currency, it should not become stagnant. It has to keep moving.
Yes.
So when it comes out, you give in, you get new fresh inflow, abundant inflow. If you are going to keep it hoarding and keep it in the locker, it makes no sense. You are not going to get new. So when it goes out, you get new. That inflow has to be maintained through compulsive charity. And then of course, to be simple, humble, without pride, arrogance, Lakshmi will go away. She doesn't like it. Vanity and pride. And she says, stay away from aggressiveness, lazy, cunning, manipulative, selfish. We may not know, but she is watching, she will just leave us and leave. That's all. Because these are all inherent, this one. So, we have to be peaceful by self-control, and unlawful desires and expectations have to be kept at bay. You have to be content and peaceful in life, and avoid hurting somebody. Avoid hurting somebody physically and emotionally. They all come under karma. So what happened? Look at others as you would be like to look upon. Is a very popular this one. And then, as we said, the clean ambience, tidy, hygiene, bright with light. She resides in the place where there is hygiene, where there is body is concerned, and pure in the mind.
Yes.
This is very essential. So Mahalakshmi likes to bless the place where people whose house, mind and body is kept clean and pure. Only pleasant words are spoken, and there is worship of the divine with moral values. And then she says, respect for women. What does respect for women lead to? Parents and elders. Respect for women, what happens is that automatically women will be protected. When you have respect for women, there are no crimes against women.
Yes.
So women that becomes a habit when you respect women, isn't it? And then keep gaining knowledge to update, and these certain things I would like to give a message to the youth. If followed in the right spirit, there will be Sthira Mahalakshmi Kataksham wherever they are.
Yes, so beautifully you have mentioned, and very scientific way, because all these things, all karma in a right way, as you said, dharma, right? So dharma is nothing but what we are doing, what we are doing for mankind, what we are earning, that should be in righteous way, without hurting, without cheating, without wrong way, right? So beautifully mentioned, and thank you for bringing all these points in this Diwali, because Diwali is the new startup, new beginning of, it's a new inning of our life, definitely. That's why where we meet our own people, we start new year again. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for.
True. I will just like to conclude with a prayer. I mean, may this Diwali bring every one of you, all the happiness, joy and contentment. May the lamps of love and devotion burn brightly in your hearts. May the light of harmony glow in your home. And may Goddess Mahalakshmi, the infinite source of all happiness, auspicious things, the ultimate abode of compassion, the unique benefactor, let her bless every one of you with the true wealth of peace, health, happiness and love. Then life, once we get her blessings, then life becomes a song, a dance and a celebration of the divine. So here, then every human being can become a Buddha. So in the peaceful meditative word. So it has been a real blessing to be with you, and thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. I feel very blessed. Namaste. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hemalatha, for this beautiful message to entire mankind, for our audience. Because as you said, to retain her grace, her blessings, it won't happen without our good karma. So everything is in our hand, and she is nothing but the nature, Prakriti, and whatever we will do, we'll get. So thank you for.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing your wisdom with entire PMC audience and to the world.
The entire pleasure is mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, friends.